Hex Token channel, your host Superman, and we got a lot of fun today, boy oh boy. Now, there are quite a few streams on at the moment, but they're all covering very different topics. We're just going to be covering the prices on this channel. So we're going to cover the Hex price targeting 20 cents. Damn, they say. And of course, we're going to be looking at Maxi price, Hedron, PLSD, Pulse Dodge, a P33. Those are some of the prices we're going to check out. But we're also going to look at the sacrifice. New sacrifice balance is up. Now, quite a few people had some issues with the other one. So that was the one from, I think, yesterday. So the new one up is looking much better. People are making much better comments about it, saying it's back to normal. So sometimes when I think they issue some of these balances, they may run something differently, incorrectly with the code. And maybe that's what causes the imperfections. I think we've seen at least 2 files that seem to have gone awry. So hopefully we're getting pretty close though, and we'll get that final SAP balance. Must be very, very close, surely. So that's going to be cool. So we're going to get into all that, folks. Stay tuned. We're also going to look at Hex Daily Stats and a couple other things. So in the afternoon on the second live stream, going to be covering Pulsechain. So you're going to look out for that. That's going to be cool. Going to do a few different things. Say a few different things about that. So stay tuned for that in the afternoon. It's going to be cool. So that's probably in about 5-6 hours time. Let's get into it, folks. We've got Fat Sammy's in the house with the emojis looking good. We've got Howdy Superman, says Brendan. Just let me make sure the audio is up and running, first of all. I think that's, let me just double check. That looks good. So audio is going nice. And very cool. We've got J-Pon in there. Woohoo! Hey, J-Pon, with the emojis too. And Blobfish King's in the house there. Woo! It's nice to get back towards being even with Hex. DCA helped bring my cost base around 40 cents down to around about 25. Hey, nice one. That's a beautiful example, folks, of dollar cost averaging. After, if you bought at a higher price and it's you still think the project's good, then DCAing in at lower price levels definitely helps with the average. So Blobfish King, a fantastic example of bought around 40 cents, but then down to 25 cents and has averaged out that average price of that so-called Blobfish King. Very, very cool. Yeah, nice one, says Brennan. Yeah, absolutely a nice one. That's a really good example. So very, very cool. Here we are on Hex.com, folks. Let's go on to it. We're going to talk about the sacrifice first, then jump on to the prices. Here we are on the sacrifice checkout. Now, I'm going to post the link in the video description there for you. So definitely check that out. And, I can't even get down to this bottom of the screen there. Let me pull that up a bit. And there we go. Yeah, that is a fat sacrifice checker, so you can check your sacrifice. The one that was incorrect was this one here, 045-2022. So this latest one, version number 1, so this is the second version, is out. So check it against that. That one's the one. This was the one that people had issues with. And of course, this is the latest one up. And I think that's I've managed to fix up people's sacrifice balances based on the comments I've seen. So definitely check that out on the Staker app. So if you did Pulse X or Pulse Sacrifice, that's for you. But we're going to get into the Hex price. Look at that. Beautiful. Magnifico. I love it. It is a beautiful place to be. Look at that. That's attacking that. So cool. Now, yesterday, I was doing a third live stream. Yes, third live stream yesterday. And the prices were getting pretty high. They were up in this ballpark here. That's what we were watching at the time. And you can see my line in there that we had. And that broke down, of course, that angle of momentum. But we've got, not a bad angle there. If we take into account that, that's our angle at the moment. So if we take this up, we've still got this in play. Let me just take that. So we've still got that in play. This here coming down about there. So we've still got a really good angle. In fact, we've got another angle in there. So we're going to push that up. We're looking really good. We're looking good to hit the 20 cents, possibly within the next hour. So that's looking pretty cool. Maybe 2 hours. But of course, that can happen in five minutes, right? That can happen pretty quickly if the right person comes in and buys. But that's looking pretty good to me. We're going to look at the daily first, but we've got a few comments in the chat, so we're going to get to that. North Face says, hi, everybody. Hex equals 20 cents. So we're going up. Yeah, this is super bullish, guys. And of course, getting over 20 to 22 cents is the hurdle, right? So we're up at the resistance. We're smashing that resistance. Boom, boom. This is a second attempt. Typically, you might have 3 or 4 attempts. If you fail on the fourth one, you can actually go down. or even on the third one, you can go down. So getting over on the second attempt, that's really bullish. And of course, then we just want to sit in that zone between 22 and 28 cents. So we'll check that out. Jean-Francois Bosset is in house. Good morning, Hexkins. Hex up, and away. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, absolutely. Hookshot's in the house. Very happy to see the corrected version. Says Hookshot. Yeah, I think that quite a few people would be the sacrifice balance here. That obviously they made something wasn't done right when they obviously ran the file. But normally they're supposed to run the file, do some checks and balances. But I guess that just doesn't match the checks there. You'd think you would have a reconciliation line that matches them out and then does this, really massive like variance thing. And then you would trigger and say, well, actually, we might have maybe missed out on something. That's pretty way you would do that. Hexforce says, I'm at work, but still made it to say hi, everybody. Hey, Hexforce, have a good day at work, man. Appreciate you jumping in to say hello. Paul O'Shea's in house. I hope there is no more dumping. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm pretty sure, I think there was a shark that was selling. I think the shark, I don't know. I don't follow the sharks too often, but I think that they were selling. And when you just check the trades, I thought that they had got exhausted, but who knows? He says you're doing an excellent job with all your content and live streams, ST. We all appreciate that. Peace out and peace and love out to you, man. That's really great. Hex Machine says time to go sell some stuff for Hex and Gumtree. Here I come. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? This is about to break out. Once it gets into 20 cents, man, it's up and away, right? People will have the train's already moving. You can always see the trains moving, but really, it's going to be you're not going to be able to drive your car to the next station to get back on because it's already going to be too far down the line, that kind of thing. I've got to get a better analogy, but it's close. It's close. Brendan says, hit the likes to smash past 20 cents. Yeah, I definitely smashed the likes there. Let's have a look where we're up to. We've got, let's go to 10 likes. It's definitely smashed the likes. Easy thing to do. So feel free to do that. If you're new to the channel, of course, subscribe. Doing 2 live streams a day. And of course, yesterday I did 3 live streams. That's how much we're rocking and rolling on this channel. So definitely get into that. I've got some cool emojis as well. So I'm going to post a couple of those emojis in the house. Nice. All right. So here is Hex looking good. Let's jump over to the daily on the Hex chart. And let's have a look at this. We're going to just wait for it to render. And of course, that is looking like that. We came out of that huge triangle after descending triangle there after 222 days. We have broken out and we've got a little green hopium line here. This is our hopium line. And of course, that's looking pretty good at this stage. So our targets here is target 20 cents to 22. And of course, as every day goes past in the future, I'll put a little line there as we head into the future. There, let me just change that to a green. Add a little arrowhead on that. Boom. As we move into got a line. Let's do solid line and let's make that a bit bigger. Boom. As we move into the future here, obviously we're looking hopefully to ride up this train and get a massive kind of parabolic in there, and that's what we're looking for at the stage. So cool. As we move in future. So our first target 20 cents to 22. That's our hurdle. Where do we get that from? Where do we get that target from? Well, obviously our previous resistance here was 21.5 cents, and we had a couple of tops there at 22. So that's the top of the range. That's our resistance. We came up, we got resisted, and we went down. So this is our resistance we have to beat. We're going to beat that top there. That's where this target comes from. So that's pretty much there. We've also pretty much got to break into there. Once we're in there, we can trade between 22 and 28 cents, but we've got to stay over on top of the 22 cents at least for a day or so, and then we can trade in this range, and that's our next thing. So basically we're lifting that value up, boom, we go to the next value line, and of course momentum becomes our friend as well. If on an uptrend you start getting that uptrend momentum, and of course it feeds in on itself, right? People don't want to miss out, so they jump in, and as it goes higher, people don't want to miss out, they jump in. And hey, they could have, if they'd been watching Hex Token channel, they could have bought down here at 9.4 to 12 cents, but they weren't, right? They weren't buying Hex Token channel, and of course are watching Hex Token channel, so they didn't get on the train. And like I say, people love to pay more, right? They will love to pay more, and so they do. They get on later. So people, once we move through these targets, people will be paying more to get in on Hex. Of course, you're going to get a copy on the Pulsechain as well. It's a 2-for-1 deal. That's a limited time only. 2-for-1 deal is a limited time only. When Pulsechain launches, of course, that goes down to you have to buy one on one chain or the other chain, just the way it goes. All right, so cool. Our next target, of course, is 28 cents to 30 cents. Our resistance there, and of course, have to break through the other side into the 30-cent zone. And of course, where do we get that? We get that from the top here. We got 28 cents here. We got rejected there, and that's kind of our loose thing here. We also got a small spike here, or that would have been a bot trade pushing someone up higher there, but that was another one that we had there as well. Our 30 cents here, of course, is just the psychological level of 30 cents. In other words, 30 cents got that kind of logical, psychological thing, just like 20 cents. Every time you do that 10-cent run, that's kind of where we're out there. And we did see a little bit of resistance at that level, just above it actually. So just around about 32 cents. So we're going to get in there. Once we get in there, of course, we can float between 30 and 35 cents. So it's a smaller bracket. We saw resistance there at 35. So that's where we're getting this target here from here. Now, once we break 35, man, it's the world's the oyster, right? All-time high is the next resistance, pretty much. So we're getting the zone of 43 to 52 cents, and of course that's where we're up into another bracket altogether. So yeah, the possibility. I mean, there's a possibility that we could do 60, 70 cents. That's kind of the highest level for me at the moment on a massive FOMO before Pulsechain, but that would really depend on the way Richard signals the fork height and the staging for the launch. So we've still got to wait a bit of information around that. I'm still a bit curious about the incentive token as well. That's still a little bit grey there, and possibly, obviously, he's put a tweet out about the one-sided staking pools, which is of a lot of interest to a lot of people. The reason why is because there's no risk to that, right? You don't have to put liquidity pools and then do LPs for farming. You don't have that combination of liquidity farming and the impermanent loss issues. Obviously, you can mitigate that if you got peers that move together or end up at the same spot that you finish, but you don't know if that's going to happen. So really, you want positively correlated peers or whatever. So yeah, that's kind of a known. But one-sided staking pools. And obviously with having not just third-party tokens, but the incentive token itself, a small proportion of that being emitted to one-sided staking, that's going to get eaten up, right? So I can only see that us having that with limits or within a first-in, first-served basis. So that could be interesting as well. Let me know what you think about that. So that's cool. And yeah, so that's the targets at the moment. Of course, 15th of mid-May is the earliest date. And then, of course, we've got a week later being 75% chance. So 50-50, 75% chance. Let's bring in Richard Hart to talk about that on the latest timeline video. We're going to have a quick look at that now.
Since we're targeting mid-May, he would have been launching Pulsechain on his birthday.
All right.
So we like May 14th, and we'll
we're close. It's basically like... The final step is like staging to where you practice the things that need to happen for mainnet and then see if you can get anything to screw up and do that over and over again until it's going to be fine for mainnet. So we're not in staging yet, but we're getting close. Like SAC totals it's looking really good. The AMM bot now works against basically all the Uniswaps, which is nice. What else? It? Yeah, so like it's DevOps, which is making the launch stuff work right. And then AMM's pretty much done. Well, I got to analyze what AMM did. So we still have to see what the outcome of the logic has done and make sure that it makes sense. So now, I mean, mid-May, we're targeting it.
I'm
50-50, mid-May, 75%. A week later, maybe. I don't know. I think we could do it. It's really, they're unknown unknowns, so we're close. We're running out of stuff to do. We're really running out.
So that was Richard's last update, and the thing is, there's a couple of things in there that you can tell there's more work to do. So Richard had to review the V3 liquidity AMM bot harvesting. That was one of the things, and of course, the SAC balance is just trying to get them tweaked. Obviously, we got the latest one out today. it looks much better. So things like that. The other thing, of course, the DevOps having the servers up, everything, all the infrastructure up, running, ready to handle the volume expected onto Pulsechain. And then, of course, not only when Pulsechain launches, but having the validators. The validators got to ramp up. So the team's got has 3 validators on the test nets, and of course you got to ramp up to that 33 validators. So you got to have that. That's part of the staging, really getting those pushed up there. If you think about it, so getting those up to 33, so we get the speed up to 3-second blocks and things like that. Get that core performance quality. So that's going to ramp up. They're probably a bit sluggish, just like in the test nets that we saw it sort of ramping. It was up to like high second blocks. Can't even remember now. But it had to ramp up to 3-second, ramp up to 3-second blocks. So we've got a few things like that in play. Yeah, and then of course the staging itself. This stuff takes a little bit longer than people think. Obviously the devs have a little step by step is what we're going to do and have everything up and running. And on top of that, Richard's got his gamification around the block height and things like that. So it's going to be fascinating. And the incentive pools, of course, won't be up straight away. That's what's been signaled to us so far. But sometimes Richard may surprise to the upside on that. If the incentive token gets emissioned, that could come out pretty quickly. Maybe not immediately, maybe within a couple of days. That might be a surprise. Of course, if it comes in straight away, I mean, you can imagine the excitement of that. But maybe 2 or 3 days it could get on there. So anyway, that's an unknown. But we'll see what happens there. All right, let's jump over to the 15 minutes. That's kind of a cool thing on the timeline and the current price at the moment. But of course, let's get into the action of 20 cents. I'm going to zoom on that. And we are looking pretty good there. No, I haven't shown my chart here. Where did that come from? Did that come in earlier? I don't know why my chart looks so different here. Now look at the hourly. Is it the hourly chart? It's a little bit different. The hourly chart there. Cool. All right, this looks a bit different from my previous chart. I'm not sure what happened there. Anyway, so we're up at 19.86 cents there. I don't remember us having this little spike up to 20, but we're up to 19.86 cents at the moment, just slowly chilling up there. Cool. That's on the 1 hour. We'll go to the 15 minute. That gives a bit better view there. This looks different to my previous chart I had before. I'm a bit confused. That's a bit weird. Hey, we've got a few other people in the chat here. Let's get into it. We've got Ivan's in the house. Hello, Ivan. Good to see you. And Hex Spark is in there. Woohoo! LFG. Yep. Tortoise is in the house. Woo, party bags. Kenpachi's in the house. How much do you think EHEX will crash when the bridge opens, or will it reach parity quickly with PHEX? Now, I definitely think there's going to be a bit of a sell-off in EHEX. But I do think it will get soaked up by the bigger whales afterwards. I think Ethereum probably have bigger fish playing on it, where the gas fee doesn't matter so much. And I do think that ETH 2.0 will help moderate the end gas fees on the stakes with the S-load. The S-load function is still not going anywhere. So hopefully that does stay down. That's typically been increased, separately. So we'll see how that goes. It's kind of an unknown, but that I guess that will happen. Yeah, but the liquidity pairs should be so nice and thick that they do allow that parity to happen over time. But definitely, I expect some volatility on the EHEX side for sure. DB Cooper says, "Let's get it." Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. Can we hit 20 cents? Can we hit? That's what I got there. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Can we do it? Yes, we can. That's pretty funny. And Craig Zumlick's in there. Unfortunately, I hear that we could have to wait a couple of weeks for one-sided staking pool. Yeah, that's in the know at the moment. But hey, we could be surprised to the upside there, Craig. As I said earlier, and we might get a couple of days. It could be up if the incentive token is there, right? If it's the DAO is supposed to be voted on, right? So it could be. It's probably more likely a couple of weeks, but who knows? Maybe a unilateral decision by the OA DAO could get it up earlier. We'll see. Raul Earl says, "Woohoo! I love this community." Says Raul, me too. Thanks for all the information. Raul G says, "Hey, you're welcome." And what else we got going? Tortoise Johnny's in the house with the ducks and the popcorn. Love it. Suitman is not bold enough, but I am countdown 10 days to launch, says Dave. 10 days to launch. Wow. Okay, so that is the 15th of May. That's as Richard said, 50-50. But hey, it definitely could happen there. Hey, I'd be so bullish if it happened sooner. I want to get some gamification from Richard around a block height, maybe 3 or 4 days, so people can participate in the biggest airdrop. If you don't announce that and you just fork the block and launch, then there's going to be a lot of people that will miss out on the block height, and because some people may not have a lot of assets on Ethereum, and if they knew about it, maybe they could buy it. I guess it depends on how much people can actually hear about that, though, too. So maybe the effect is marginal. But the price on Hex wouldn't be marginal, right? The price, if you had 3 or 4 days for the airdrop for Hex, man, it would pump the Hex price like unbelievable. So you'd probably definitely get up to all-time highs to 60, 70 cents, somewhere in that. You could easily do that. Now, the key thing, this is what I like about the price. I just want the price to creep up over the days ahead, just like it has been so far. And I just want to creep up higher the base level. And if Richard comes out with gamification about, especially if it's in that 3 or 4 day period, about the block height coming up, that'd be epic. And then boom, obviously the counter to that is the AMM bot harvesting, with liquidity pools, if anyone was able to pull out pools. But I haven't heard an example of that. So if you let me know in the chat if you've heard an example of a pool that might actually be able to pull out its liquidity without affecting its whole ecosystem, just not to be harvested. And that's like the timing. How do they know the timing of that? You know what I mean? It's like doesn't seem that practical to me, that risk. But let me know in the chat if you've heard a good case for that. Well, Wells in the house with the emojis, looking good. And James Bond in the house too. Good to see you, James. And woohoo, let's go Hex. Yeah, absolutely. Look at this price, man. 19.9 cents. And of course, looks like we're going to finally get over. We really need to smash over it, get over that, really have a nice move up just consistently and ride over 22 cents and then consolidate there for a little bit. That's kind of what we're looking at in terms of getting that strength. Bob Wells in the house. Hello, family. Good to see you, Bob. Woohoo! Go, Bob. Loving it. And Crypto Hooligans in the house. Thank you for your show. What is your opinion on EX or PX swap for my missing Pulse, or set on PulseX for my missing? Oh, you don't have Pulse? Is that what you're saying, Crypto Hooligan? And you want to swap PX? Yeah. So I'm expecting a ratio maybe about 35 to 1. But once again, no one knows the future. That's kind of a more mathematical idea. And that's based on a bit of a split between the two. Obviously you're going to have 2 copies on each chain, and that's assuming an absolute value of equivalence on both chains. In other words, maybe 10 cents on both chains at the current price of 20 cents, 10 cents. So it could be a bit higher than that, of course. So that's kind of where I'm at. We'll see what happens when it launches, though. A lot of people are selling down the Hex, so that may play against that number. So yeah, we'll see. I would think RH would announce a block height first. He's a master at marketing. I think RH would announce a block height first. Yeah, me too, Ryan. I'm in your camp, man. I mean, that's the best play. That is the best play for value. Man, the Hex would get eaten up in the pool. Let's actually jump over to the liquidity in the pool. There's only 115 million Hex in the pool at the moment. That's pretty good, right? So 115 million in the pool at the moment. That's across 4 liquidity pairs, the 2 US pairs, the 2 Ethereum pairs on version 2 and 3 Uniswap. So pretty good there. We got Ryan says, I would think, yeah, the blocked height there. We got Brazil's in house. Woohoo, freaking woohoo. Yeah, looking good, man. 19.99. It's like a big tease, eh? You big tease. I don't know. I was going to say it reminds me of high school, but that doesn't fit my scenario there. I don't want to say anything more, but such a nice day, says Brazilji. Such a nice day indeed. It doesn't it feel good? The uptrends like this euphorium really is quite cool to have that. So loving it myself. Just refresh this. And Davis in the house. Yo, boys. Yo. Good to see Davis, Hex Token channel member in the house. Nice. And Dean Beast is in the house. Woo! Yeah, I'm excited too. Now, if you're not new to the channel, you wonder why we all chant out woo. It's because it's a channel anthem here, and it's because we're so damn excited about Pulsechain, Pulsex, and Hex, and everything else that's going in the ecosystem. The incentive token might surprise to the upside as well. It will be deflationary, and I understand that the admission curve will decrease over time. So that's kind of the way we understand that token's going to be structured at this stage anyway, barring any further clarifications. We got Ryan Goins in the house. Maxi is pumping. Yeah, we're going to jump over to Maxi. Let's have a look at the crypto markets. We're going to come back to Hex in a second. The crypto markets are making a go for the key targets. Bitcoin targeting 40K, Ethereum targeting 3,000, and we've got nice 5% increases today. Yes. Pulsechain, come on. I really want Pulsechain to launch while the markets are really looking at least this good. Really, really cool. If the BTC is over 40, ETH over 3,000, that's like the ideal zone at the minimum. Obviously, we want to also have the attraction. We don't want the crypto markets to be pumping too hard because we want to have the asset levels at a good level, but we want to be able to be, we want to be the shining light on the hill. We don't want people too distracted with pumping of the crypto market. We want the Pulsechain to be the shining light. So looking good. I'm stoked. So that's where we want it to. Maxi doing very well. Look at this, man. Insane in the membrane. 23.2 cents here. What's the high here on the spike? 23.58 cents on the spike here. Currently looking at 23. Still looking good. Still looking good for moving higher. And man, look at this. 24 hours, 91 buys, 28 sells, $1.2 million in volume, 1.1 million in liquidity. So it's broken over $1 million. Market cap at 68 million. Looking super, super good. I'm not going to go into all the treasury numbers today. We'll just look at the charts, but that's looking really, really good. And of course, the premium over Hex at the moment. Let's have a look. Premium over Hex, 23 cents divided by 20 cents. That's a 15% premium. So not quite as big as before, but that's because Hex is moving up too. The question is Maxi helping to pull up Hex? Is that what's going on? I don't know. Let me know in the chat there. Is Maxi actually helping pull up Hex? But Hex is moving up. Hex is moving up, so that's pretty good. Now Hex moving up, is that now helping Maxi move up? Is this a tango? A tango? You move a step, I'll move a step. You move a step, and I'll move a step. You know, it's kind of like we're tied by the hip, as it were. So some interesting play there as well. Hedron at the moment, 1,202, pretty flat. Now, some people are probably just taking little DCAs into this, playing the long game on Hedron, but the momentum is out of the market, right? We have been down here for 12 days. 12 days at this range of around 1,200. So it is a good DCA level. We've had the massive pullback. The pullback's been pretty big on Hedron. So we had the big pullback to 85. We're currently down 83.5. So it has had that traditional huge pullback, and of course DCAing at this level is a reasonable thing. Once again, not investment advice, but accumulation phase is definitely in there. And there are a couple of people that have said they are accumulating Hedron. We'll see where that goes at this stage, but it's going to need a big move. Someone a big move there. Pulse Dogecoin, another airdrop. So Hedron, an airdrop for Hex DCA holders. PLSD, Pulse Dogecoin, also airdrop for Hex claimers. If you had T-shares stake before the 20th of April, there's a difference. So that there you just have to have your stake in through Go.X or StakeWrap. This one here, $3.25 at the moment, holding up really strong. Nice doji there too. And so this is still looking good. Still looking good at this stage. And free money for most people. That's for sure. Let's have a look at the amount of tokens that have been claimed. There's 3,434,000 PLSD so far. I think we've got about 87 days left in the 100-day launch phase. The amount of people that have claimed is 13,641. So 13,640 divided by 91, say. Let's just say that's the total amount of stakers. That's about 15% of people have claimed. That's pretty good, and still 87 days to go. The maximum supply is going to be 12 million, but don't forget that the OA and the BA address, the BA being kind of like the owners, the developers address, is going to be getting a drop 10 Pulse Dodge coins for every claim. So far, you can do the math there, 13,641 there. So it's getting up there in terms of the amount of supply they'll have. We can have a look at the holders. And of course, we've got 248 at the top there, 132 at the top there. This is all changed actually. Where the fudge did that come from? But this is all coming in here too. So looks like I'm not exactly sure who's running this address. That'd be worthy of some chain analysis. I have not done it, so I'm not going to comment any further. But that wallet has got very, very big at the top there. So definitely worth looking at there. So cool. Let us jump over to Pulse Dodge. Now, this is the original meme coin, Pulse Dodge, with the little dog, with Richard Hart, little dog kind of cartoons. This is this one. This is currently at 1 cent after having a big pump up to 2.2 cents almost. And of course, that is down from there at the moment. It's a Pulse Dodge coin. And we can see that is down 50% at the moment. So that's over 30 days. This is the daily chart, not the hourly. So there's different time zones, some of these charts. So that's down 50% from there, but still up pretty good. If you look at it, well, don't have a look. They're still up here from the bottom here, just over half a cent there. So it's still 100% up there. P33. This is Pulse Leads, free Pulse meme coin. Had a bit of a rally and pulled back down to 54. So rallied up to 72. Spiked up here to 93. Currently at 65, so still looking like it's got momentum in the P33 chart, and of course that is related to the Free Pulse team doing that. Cool, that is the prices at the moment. We're going to look at the Hex Daily chart later on. Once the day ticks over, we've got 45 minutes for the day to finish, plus another 10-15 minutes after that. But Hex at the moment, 19.9 cents. Can it do it? Yes, can we do it? Yes, we can. That's the thumbnail. That's the tagline. Bob Wells says, curious why there would be a delay in single-side staking. Worked great in testnet. That was a third-party, I guess. Well, for third-party tokens, they don't know what third-party tokens are coming their way. Bob Wells, I get they do have the incentive token. Richard teased that in the tweet there. Asked people what they thought about that. So we'll see. Crypto Hooligan. Let me think there. Was that for the? Yeah, I think that was the case. Got to double check that tweet now. I'll have to check that later after the live stream. Monkey Magic says 19.9 cents. That price deserves a woohoo. Woohoo! 99.9 cents. That's true. And Crypto Hooligan says, which one would you give up? Which one are you talking about? Hex or on the Hex or on the Pulsechain, the Pulse Hex one? On the Hex. I don't want to give up any of them. I don't know. That question is like a mean question. It's like cruel. I don't want to give up any of them. I want all Richard Hart coins. So my basic strategy is just accumulate them. Accumulate. Now, if I was really had a gun to my head, which is a terrible situation. I should actually use another analogy. Let's say I had a water gun to my head. Then I would probably choose Pulse at this stage. Pulse, I think, is going to be that. I'm going to be talking about that in my second live stream today, and I'm going to have take a few different perspectives on that. So stay tuned for that. Hi Hex Token, thanks yet again for a great stream. Hey John, appreciate that, and a pleasure. Worked great, says Craig, but they say it has to be voted on before it goes into effect. Yes, that would be true through the DAO. So we have the voting through the DAO. Let me pull that up on the Pulsex. We have the voting. It has to go through the voting here. And of course, that would be a core vote. So that would have to be in here and be voted on by Pulse Hex holders. But obviously, Pulse Hex is dominated by the DAO. So there is kind of a, what do you call it, a veto vote there, if you think about it. How often will we see that? Probably not too often. Maybe we may not see that very often. Maybe if something's a really crap proposal, we might see that. We'll see. I'm not even sure. I think it's, there's rules there on the voting that you might be able to get to. So there's some community votes here. And you can see make hexologist thinner. It's a pretty cruel sort of vote, but that there is the vote that's in there. So yeah, we got some results. We got results in there. Are they kidding me? And there's actually some results on this. Yeah, start running, dude. 90%. I'm too lazy. And 20%, not 80%. Also make him shorter, 1.6. Yeah, he's a pretty tall guy, isn't he? So he was military. He's a military man. Fought in the wars, as it were. So cool. Let us jump back to the Hex here. 19.9 cents. Teasing us, folks. Teasing us. Can we do it? Yes, we can. We can definitely smash that 20 cents. Beam D says this has been an Alistair streaming day, an all-star streaming day, says Beam D. Yeah, it's killing it on the streamers, that's for sure. The streamers are absolutely doing amazing out there. Brazzotti says it feels good. It says Brazzotti. It does feel good. I agree with you, Brazzotti. It feels so good. The price is just pumping. Hello, how are you today? Lies beneath in the house. Hello all. Here is, so if you're wanting to know the strategy, this is the ultimate strategy. Lies beneath always brings it. He brings it all the time. Hex, EHEX, PLS, and PLSX for the win. Now that's the best strategy in a heartbeat is accumulate. And I always say the first 3 or 4 months is the time to accumulate. And then maybe you can sit back and relax after that and maybe spend your money on something else with your accumulated bags in tail. Because obviously typically charts are always the best. Now, not for all projects, right? Only for blockchains, for big giant dexes. As I say, I think Pulsechain will be the first super dex, and that means that it's going to be potentially the first exchange that challenges the value of the main blockchain in terms of X returns. So we're going to look out for that. It's definitely got the best design to make it the super dex. And of course, with the magical buy and burn, $1 billion of trade volume, $700,000 of buy and burn a day is extremely powerful. Financially, way superior to Pulsechain, but of course, there are different value drivers for the Pulsechain price. So we're going to talk a bit about that in the second live stream today and take a few extra perspectives that I haven't made comments on. So stay tuned for that. We got Brent in house, lies beneath, coming in with the gun strategy. That's right, Brennan. You know it. That's how it rolls. And the strong arm, boof, as Jim Rat Crypto would say, the strong arm, like that. And yeah, that guy's getting pretty solid. Good old Jim Rat Crypto. Hats off to him, man. He's doing good. What's he got? 250 people in this fitness challenge, something like that. So hats off to Jim Rat Crypto for that. When will Hedron start to pump? Says Warhammer. I do not know Warhammer. I think Pulsechain is probably be a trigger for it. If we get some announcements from them, and of course, if people are accumulating up to that point, and then Pulsechain comes, Hedron could rally, just like the rest of these leading tokens that we've been going through. So yeah, that's probably the timeline there. So if it's the 15th, we get a couple of days before, maybe even as early as the 11th, Warhammer. But obviously, it's subject to the way Richard gamifies the launch of Pulsechain. I don't know whether just suddenly launching Pulsechain would be that's not the best gamification in my view. You want to get some excitement in the lead up. Now there is already pent up demand, obviously, all the way since the beginning of last year, if you think about it. But we've got to, particularly July onwards, we've got to, gamification on top of that would be absolutely intense for the prices. Yeah, like I said, we could see multiple 10-cent days in the chart. James Bond says, "How come a Maxi price higher than Hex?" For me, it's speculation. So it's not just higher than Hex; it's higher than the Treasury price, and therefore it's speculation. It's actually bringing forward value of the future in the Treasury price of Maximus into today, if you think about it. But of course, you're playing the idea that if you sell out of your ownership, then you've lost even more value in the future. So it's a bit of a trade-off there, but definitely at the moment, in my view, it's speculation. So anytime that the price departs from the Treasury price, really is a speculation value. So yeah, there's two perspectives there: speculation value and future value being brought forward as the utility view from that. But that's pretty much what's happening. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this come back in line later on. Of course, at the moment, it's only 15% above, approximately above the Treasury value, because Hex and Treasury value are pretty close. Obviously, Treasury value slowly sneaks up every day. Every day, Treasury value just slowly gets a little higher as it earns more Hex and Hedron. Yeah, you got to remember that Hex Price has, if you think about Hex Price staking, it has 9.5%. But there's a couple of ways of looking at perspective of the value, but one of them is that Hex has about 9.5% or 9.6% of people staking. So really the Hex sitting in behind the Hex price is like a 9.6% of people staking. Whereas, of course, with the Maximus, it's 100%, right? 100% of the asset backed is staked. So it's quite a different looking thing there if you think about it. So yeah, there's a premium. I guess there's a premium in that. The other view of looking at it is from a T-share perspective. With the T-share rate. So obviously you've got you've got the T-share rate now over time. T-share rate's only going higher. And so that's another way of looking at it. And you buy Hex to get T-shares. So that gives it kind of an implied premium as well. So there's a couple of different perspectives look there. Like there's present value and future value. There's all these different things. But of course, ultimately in crypto, we know that speculation plays a huge role. But it averages out over time. If you've got a good market fit, the price, the utility value goes up over time, despite speculation, right? Speculation helps at price discovery. But over time, if you've got a good project, the value goes up. If you've got a bad project, the value goes down. It's pretty simple to that. So pretty cool. So, 23 cents, 15% premium on Hex, and Hex at 90.8. So this is a 15-minute chart here. The Maxi chart is also 15 minutes. The Hedron chart here is daily. So if we went to the 15-minute chart, that's what it looks like. It's a little bit nappier. You go to 1 hour, looks a little nappier. We go to the day. Let's keep that because the day's looking at just because it's been going along here for like 11 days at the flat here. And Pulse Dogecoin has doing pretty well. $3.20, nice little doji, looking positive. Could see the price going up this way. Could see it going up that way there. So that's cool. Didn't have an arrow on that one, but hey, that's how it works. We'll see how that closes at the end of the day, though. See what that form looks like. And Pulse Dodge itself at a cent. So we'll see where that goes. That probably also in a buying range, probably. Let's have a look at that. Let's put a Fibonacci on it. Take the Fibonacci, which I'm going to take from the bottom. And let's look there. So pull back at 78. So that down this level at just under 1 cent. That's a reasonable DCA level there. Obviously, you can do an 85% pullback. But at the moment, that's kind of when you start considering DCA. It's when it hits the 78.6. So, yeah. Cool. And then P33 is doing pretty well, man. P33 is having a bit of a rocket there. Let me go to the daily on P33. I'm not sure how long the chart is, actually. Yeah, so look at that, P33. So cool. Looks like it closed on, I don't know if that's the opening price, 1 cent, but it 1 cent, but it closed on 2.25 cents, and it's was up from there. It's up 164% in 2 weeks. From there, still holding. It had a massive rally. Oh wow, 9x, 900. What's it? A 10x, 900%. 900%. So 10x. So wow, that's pretty massive. So doing okay at this stage, but had you'd have got a bit nervous up down here. If you'd been buying up here, you'd have got a bit nervous down here, to be honest. So that would have been, a bit of a hammering. Let's take from here, maybe if you were down there, 77% decrease. So that would have made you nervous, wouldn't it? Buying up here and then paying down here. That's why I said be very careful if you see a price rising like this. Be very careful buying up in the top zone. Really try and think the fact that you're buying on top. And a lot of people buy at the tops. They're the ones that complain later on. Of course, I feel sorry for them too. But of course, you come down here, just be careful. When you see me say, be careful about buying tops, I've said it several times after a rally. It's because I want to save you from getting caught at the top. And then, you can wait for the pullback. So cool. All right, nice. Here we are, 90.8 cents. We are chilling with the homies. And we've got a few people in the chat there, so we're going to catch up there. Brazil says, James, well, more scarce and low liquidity, people wanting a piece of the pie, new people learning about it. That's true too. So some good points there, Brazil. The tokens are relatively scarce. There's a lot of Maxi holders, Hexkins, and they're probably going to try and hold for long term. A certain percentage of that will be having it as part of their staking ladder. So they've got normal Hex stakes, and then they've got Maxi holdings, which are flexible but long term, especially if you want a 15.2 year position. And there's relatively low liquidity. There's only about a third of the supply on the liquidity. So that's actually pretty good. Typically, you might see maybe 3% or something like that. So that's pretty cool. And new people learning about it. True. And of course, at the moment, it's not too far ahead. I think maybe if it got 40% ahead, people might start selling into that quite a bit, you'd think. But 15%, maybe that's enough to keep it above the treasury price for a while. But I do happen to think it will probably come back a little bit. But like I said, Brazil puts up some good arguments for it staying at a premium. So, yeah, not pegged, but backed. Yeah, that's true. David says, we are so early. That's true. Mass adoption has yet to come, says David. That's true. But mass adoption is going to take some time. Every crypto wave, every bull market we see more and more adoption. and that's just what happens. But still, it's not really. If you check out a lot of new stuff, it's not really talked about as much as it should be. And of course, the markets. What's the market of crypto at the moment? Let's have a look at CoinGecko. Really small, really small. I mean, derivative markets are massive, but what we're looking at here, 1.9 trillion is the value of all the crypto markets here on CoinGecko. That's a nothing, right? That's nothing in the big scheme of things. So yeah, 90.92. Let's go. Come on, you can do it. Can we do it? Yes, we can. We're getting excited here. We can do it. And of course, we've got our time zone here. Actually, I got to change it. Because I changed the chart there, that really wrecked my angulations there. But that is where we're at this stage on a 15-minute chart on Hex. Don't forget, if you just come in, of course, you haven't checked your sacrifice balances. There is a new sacrifice balance. This one that we got yesterday had some errors in it. Quite a few people were complaining about seeing big drops in their sacrifice balances for Pulse and PulseX. But this latest one, this 01 version, seems to have fixed that up. So I had a lot of positive comments on the YouTube channel there about that. So definitely that's a good thing, heading in the right direction. Hex at the moment, just teasing, 19.96 cents. Are we about to do the wonderful? I'm going to zoom this up here. This is the top of the range. We want to break through 20 cents, and we want to keep heading towards 22 and bust out through there. That's kind of our big 2-cent resistance zone, and get into the next trading zone. That's kind of the next value level, 22 to 28 cents. And man, that's really going to start making heads turn, right? We get into the 20 cent mark, man. People are going to start go, oh, X is really starting to move here. It's time to get into the party. We should hurry up there. If they're not already in already, they've got, once we get in the 20s, it's going to be like, man, Hex is looking good. It's back in the 20s. That's really, really positive. And once we get back in the 30s, I'm sure the talk of the town, everyone will be going, man, got to get onto Hex. Man, the Hex is in the 30s. Pulsechain's coming. Can you see it? And then, of course, the higher you are, the more FOMO, the higher the price can go. Once again, I do think there's going to be a bit of sell-off on Pulsechain because of some retail and that. But that'll be later. That'll be later down the track. And it's going to be volatile, right? Volatile. But hey, Hex on both chains could actually, after that volatility, do well on both chains, right? And both chains go up. Obviously, a premium on Pulsechain because it's going to become the premium. But Pulsechain's obviously got to price up, right? It's got to price up. But I do think the whales will help that pricing up as well. Someone said on an audio that Overwatch was looking at doing, some market pictures. So he's not the only one. There'll be a lot of whales coming in looking for Pulse, PulseX, and Hex as well. Like I said, I think Pulse, then PulseX, and then all that wealth will flow into Hex. That's kind of why I see it from the retail position. Whales, however, have their own play, and so we'll see how that plays out as time goes on. Nice. All right. Let us jump over to where was it going to go here? So we're waiting for Hex Daily Stats at the moment. So far, we're back on 6. We've still got 6 Hex per T-share. A modest day in penalty so far, 728,000. We've got, let me just refresh this just to make sure the UI is normally pretty good updating. We're going to check this. So 115 million on Hex, 29 million in the USDC, and 3.5 million Ethereum in there. Looking pretty good. Now, we did have some liquidity added, was it yesterday, the day before? I haven't been watching it the last couple of days, but it's always good to watch the additions to liquidity because it's not only people buying and selling that moves the liquidity, it's people adding or removing from liquidity that changes that as well. And also, obviously, the higher liquidity, the harder it is to move the price up. So at the moment, it's sitting in kind of probably a reasonably good level. And of course, we can get nice price movements on at the moment. Oh, 20 cents. Woohoo, we did it. We did it. Doyle rules. We've got 20 cents. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, put some emojis out. That's the way they celebrate. Yeah, I'm going to push the music up. I'm going to put the music up on for a little, about 30 seconds. We're going to have some hardcore music. There we go. 20 cents. Doyle rules. Doyle rules. Yeah. We're pumping. We're pumping here. We are pumping. We're going to celebrate. We're going to get in wherever you are around the world, whether you're in India, whether you're in Poland, whether you're in America, We're in Argentina. Party. If you're holding your Hex stakes, we are partying with this 20 cents. Man. Now we're gonna smash through the 22. We're pumping. I can only do so much movement in the chair. So here we go. We're pumping it. 20 cents. Yo! All right, that's cool. We're gonna pull that down now. That's enough excitement. We don't want to get too excited. We've still got a long way to go, but we're looking pretty good at this stage. I'm gonna pump out some rockets as well. Pump out some rockets. Man, oh man, the emojis are coming out. Here we are. Bam. All right, cool. Show says I used my water gun to save you from the bad guy with this. Hedron to move up, lol. Says Warhammer. Yeah, me too. I think it will. Like I say, I think it should move with the Pulsechain news coming up. At the moment, it's just momentum's out. There's other tokens, right? As we're talking about these other tokens, Hex, Maxi, Pulse Dodge, P33. They're all moving at the moment. I do expect Pulse Dodge coin. Sorry, I do expect Pulse Dodge to move again. They'll probably move up again. Are there any large whale sales? Well, there were some shark sales, I think, Brazology. I don't know whether they've exhausted themselves. I just don't have the time to do all the what do you call it? Do all the chain analysis. But I do. If I see big sales, I do follow those on the Whalebot. That's probably typically where I see the stuff. Let's have a look on Whalebot. That's probably a good way of doing it. Maybe the best way of quickly having a look there. 1.6 million just bought for 5 hours ago for 300,000. What else there? Let me just refresh that. Sorry, I'm not logged in, so let me have a look here. We had some big stakes in as well, 12 million. Low ROI, so they're not going to move the APY. 10.5 million, 3.6, so 11% APY. I'm going to scroll through some of that. Got some nukes there with the penalties. Oh, that was yesterday, so that's not today. What else there? 14 hours ago, 1.1 million bought with 220. Oh, look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo! Look at that, man. That is cool. I never saw that. I just saw that. So 5,555,555 Hex stake for 5,505 days. I did not see that one. That's classic. 768.7 T shares. That's cool. That is very, very cool. Let's have a look at that wallet. Bam. That's the wallet there. Have they got any Hex left? They got Hedron. 3.4 billion Hedron there. Let's have a look at their stakes. So Hex info. Let's have a look at their stakes. That's a pretty cool. That's someone with style, man. To celebrate the 20 cents, man. That's the way you roll. And we're gonna have a look at this, man. Let's go down. Let's have a look. Paste on that. Bam. And have a look at this address. See what stakes it's got. Boom. All right. So that is their stake. That one stake. Interesting. You'd have to then chain analysis their other if they've got other accounts. But that's their stake out. 15.2 years. Man, that is some stylish stuff right there, man. Wow. That is pretty cool. Yeah. Wow. That's cool. All right. So it's the only stake on this particular address. That's pretty classic stuff there. I'm not sure whether they've got other addresses. What's this transfer in 2 days ago? Oh, this looks like a fresh address, doesn't it? My gosh, where's this coming from? Let me have a look on the ERC20s. I'm being a bit nosy now. That was the stake there. 3 million Hedron in there. Doesn't actually say it on there. That's pretty crazy stuff, though. Love it. I love it. All right, cool. What else we got there? I think that was it. So we had mostly buys, so looking good. And a Hex price there, 20 cents. Can we move higher? Yes, we can. Hitting the like button, Hexicans. Yeah, definitely smash the likes. We've got 65 likes. We've got 85 to 95 people watching, so definitely smash that out. Ice beneath in the house with the rockets. Hey, man. Woo-hoo-hoo. It's Lazy Hexican. Yeah, Tortoise Johnny. PLSX is the king of the Pulsechain monsters. Yeah, I think it's going to be the super chain. I really do think it's got a chance of doing that. Pulsex. The numbers are clearly better, right? The maths is clearly better, but there are different drivers driving a Pulsechain versus Pulsex. And of course, we're going to talk about that in today's live stream later on today. I'm not going to talk too much about it now, but yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. Got it. Thank you, says Warhammer. I'll keep DCA into it. Yeah, the first 3 or 4 months, typically the best. on the chain. Just look for the dips though. And of course, we're just a little uncertain how far Pulsechain will pull back after it finds its price and then comes back. And of course, I don't know if it's going to be that severe. Maybe it's in the 40% zone and not the, I don't think it's going to be the 85% zone. I think it's possibly maybe a 40%, and then a bounce back from there, maybe 50% at the most, and then a bounce back up to the top. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see where that goes. The ratios, I'm going to talk about it today and in the second live stream, so I won't talk too much about it here, but it is pretty badass, that's for sure. Ryan Goin says, Hedron, will it take off if adoption takes place? Make exercise stakes, etc. It will take years, possibly. Patience is key, in my opinion. I think there's a lot of good comments there, Ryan, about Hedron. So we're talking about Hedron price here. I definitely think that is the case. But it's going to have price rises before then. That's for sure. Cool. All right, 20 cents on Hex. Look, congratulations. Don't forget to get in Discord. The link's in the video description. Get into Discord for sure. And Hex hits 20 cents. Yeah. Woohoo. All right, cool. And we've got the rockets there. Bam. And we'll put the Hex. Nice. Definitely get into Discord. Links in the video description. We're heading towards 350 people. About 308 people at the moment. And the last person to join was Tyler Alonso. So welcome, Tyler. Good to see you in the house. And we also had a couple others there as well. We had MVB in there too. So good to see them. Definitely get in there. Let's come back to the Hex at the moment. What else we got? Tortoise Johnny says 3 coins to rule them all. Yeah, that's right, Tortoise Johnny. That's funny that you say that, Tortoise Johnny. If you're watching the live stream later on today, just stay tuned because you may be a clairvoyant. Let's have a look here. Chris Pease Bacon says, I've been thinking a lot about the different post launches strategies. Decided I'll just sit back and buy the dip from any RH coin. We'll all do well long term. Chris, that is the master strategy. That is the main game. Lies Beneath knows it, and of course that's what I say on this channel. There are a lot of shiny objects coming to dazzle you. They'll be in front of you, dazzling you with lots of new projects. But of course, what is the high probability play? The high probability play for big X returns? Well, Richard Hart, Maxi tokens, and Lies Beneath has the strategy there. Hex, PLS, and PLSX. And I think that, it's the way to go. I would just, if you've got your position already, and then you can look at accumulate on the dips. Maybe getting a bit up front might pay off too. That'd be a great place to play with getting volume. Volume accumulation is key in the first couple of months. And of course, you got to ride through the price dips though. You got to say, oh, pull back. You got to ride through that first 4 to 6 months to get out the other side, right? So 3 or 4 months to accumulate. That 4th, 5th month is pretty key. See whether something happens there. It may or may not happen. Maybe it's just in the second half. You got to see there. But of course, I think the value is going to ramp up so fast. It's going to be insane. Really will be cool. Now, obviously, there's going to be some wild sharks around, wild dolphins. They can slow down the parabolics. We'll just have to see how they play out. Whether how many committed people are in. We have a lot of hexkins big whale hexkins that sacrificed. So that they control a certain amount of the supply, but there's always those wild ones out there that we have to watch out for. And I would name some names, but I don't want to get myself in trouble. All right, come on, 20 cents. Yeah, we did it. We blasted it through. High all, nice, and we could see a vertical stack. Ryan says Maxi is doing what it's supposed to, earning interest, minting Hedron, and appreciating beyond the spot price of X. Maxi is working perfectly. Yeah, it is at the moment, Ryan. We'll see whether it does pull back towards the thing, but the supply, as Brazaji said, the supply is relatively scarce, so that does play in that sort of argument's favor. Now that's it, buddy. Watch it. Yeah. Jim Rat Crypto's in the house. Hey, Jim Rat Crypto. Woohoo! Hey, awesome, man. Funding Jim on your show, bro. That's like getting one of the big personalities on there for sure. Well done, man. And hope everyone is doing well. GRC is pumping. Woohoo! Yeah, that's true. I'm so jacked up, token. Jacked, I'm jacked to the. Can I say that on this channel? It's a family channel. Can't quite say that on this channel. So close, Tortoise Johnny. Yep, that's true. Hey, Kiwi Superman, Element Hex in the house. Hey, good to see you. Yep, Kuro to you. We're back at 90.87, but we are moving up. We've still got the uptrend in our favor to smash that 20 cents. That's kind of what we're waiting for at this stage. Tortoise Johnny said, I've been laid off for like a month and a half. Sucks. Can't wait to get back to work. I'll be throwing a couple hundred a week at these juicy coins. Nice one, Tortoise Johnny. Hey, we wish you the best for getting a job. Don't forget, there is, I'm not sure what your skill set is, but we do have, let me find it here. I've got so many links now. I need to organize it now, actually. Where's it gone? Let me have a look here. Trying to find it. Way back up here. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Here, this one. So Hex Community Jobs. I don't know what your skill set is, and I don't know what jobs are up here, but definitely check that out there, Tortoise Johnny. If you haven't seen it, you may have seen it already, but definitely Hex Community Jobs. I'm not sure how much they've got on at the moment, but definitely check that out. I think a couple of featured jobs there. Not sure. These two are in Texas. Not sure if that's near where you are or not, but cool. Check that out. I might have something there. Let us get back to the market there. Ryan says we are so close. PLS mainnet launch is going to be crazy. It is going to be insane there, Ryan. Absolutely insane. Well, there we are. 19.98 again. Woo-hoo-hoo. We might have to have another dance party if we hit 20 cents again. We might have another dance party on here. You never know. Smash the likes, people, says Rango. Yeah, absolutely. We're up 74 likes. Surely we can hit 100 likes. That's kind of our target for every live stream now. 100. Smash the likes, people, says Rango. Fiat Sacrifice has just finished. Yeah. Okay, we'll quickly look at the Fiat Sacrifice now. Fiat is a fork of Aave. So obviously, you know how big Aave has been. And of course, we've got that in house. So we'll quickly look. This is also another alternative to liquid lines, but not the same. Not the same. Different setup. So there are pros and cons to both. So let's have a look here. So we got the Fiat one here. We looked at this yesterday, but pretty much they did. This is the third biggest sacrifice, $3,560,000 to 857 wallets. There are going to be only 33.8 million Fiat in this estimated supply. And of course, the top whale there, almost $750,000. So pretty big sacrifice there. We've got a couple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people over $100,000. And so that's pretty powerful. What else we got there? Number of wallets per USD. So, you know, most wallets under 2,500. Most wallets under 45,000 there. We got the whales there. So the whales, the biggest one, 20% they control. 4%. No, sorry. 4% and 4.5%. I'm not always sure that's flipped around, but 2.7 and 4.2. So there we are. There is some whale dominance here, but not too bad at all. So cool. Well done to them. And of course, the Fiat Sacrifice has a website. This is the website. I do think they've got $3.6 million now. The first thing they should do is spend fixing up the UI. The UX experience is pretty lame. And while some people don't care about the UI, I do. I know a lot of people do. The cool thing about this, of course, you'll never have to sell your Hex or favorite Pulse tokens, Hex, Pulse Hex, or Hedron. You can deposit them and earn some form of yield. And obviously, you deposit and earn a yield, and people can borrow and pay a fee for that. And then, of course, the profit in between goes to those who are holding Fiat token from the looks of it. It's a fairly simple model, from what I can tell. And then, of course, there's a demo there as well. You can interact with the Pulsechain testnet 2B. So that's what you can do there. I'll post the link here if you want to check this out. Of course, if you want to check all that out, I'll post the link. That's on Fiat. It's a fork of Aave. And you can see the UI there, your dashboard, deposit, borrow, and staking there as well for the revenue. So cool, it's got some links there, so nice. Right, so you can play around with that now, which is cool. So get on there and do it. Like it. So that's pretty cool. All right, so let's jump over to the Hex price here. We are teasing again, 19.98. Looks like we might have it every time it goes down and hits 20 cents, we could have a dance party. That's pretty much how we're going to roll on this channel. Tortoise Johnny says, it feels like there's a new project every 15 seconds. That's true, Tortoise Johnny. Got to be careful with the shiny objects. Remember, are any of these you got to ask yourself, are any of these projects going to do what Pulse is going to do in the X returns? Are they? Are they? That's the question you got to ask yourself. I know the answer, but you answer it yourself. Are any of them going to do as well as Pulse X is going to do? Are they? You know, it's something you got to ask yourself, or you know the rankings of the X returns. You know, so just remember that it's a pretty big deal. Sandy Beach says, hello everybody, good to see you, Sandy Beach, and good to see Sandy in house. My sacrifice checker is accurate now, yay. Yeah, if you haven't heard the news, folks, there is a new sacrifice version out now, 0.1. The one out yesterday had a lot of problems. A lot of people had lost a lot of sacrifice balances, so definitely go and recheck your sacrifice balances there now, because you got the latest version there, so that's important. It had a lot of people comment on the YouTube channel. I will post that link on the community chat channel after the live stream, so people can go and check that. I have a lot of comments on that one from yesterday. We'll be close. Nice to close a daily candle above 20. That's the way. I agree with you, Fat Sammy. That's what we're wanting. We're at 19.98 at the moment. Hex emojis in the house there, Sandy Beach. I love it. And North Face is Hex to the up and to the right. Absolutely sign me up right now, says Tortoise Johnny. On like 5 channels. Just waiting for someone to get out of line. I want to wrench him good, says Tortoise Johnny. Let's have a look here up on that. Well, just going through. All right, cool. And Bzaji says, I'm back to normal too. Thank goodness. I was putting in my shoes to putting in on my shoes to go pay Richard a visit. This saved me a trip, says Bzaji. That's hilarious. And Richard, what else we got going there? And jump through some of these. Yeah, Adora rules is Bzaji. Yeah. Just caught up where I was before. Hey, Sandy Beach, that's awesome. KD, woohoo! Excellent, woohoo! I love it. Excited. Big Kahuna, 20 cents. Yeah, awesome stuff. We're at 90.98 at the moment. Magic Monkeys in house. Yes. I think we're up to the 20. This is when we had the dance party. Look, so am I far behind? That's crazy. We've got lots of excitement there for the 20-cent hit party that we had before. Craig Weddings in the house. Woo! Hey Craig, are you at work at the moment? I'm not sure. Let me know. Dollar baby. Woohoo! And yeah, we're pumping. It feels good. Absolutely. 20 cents. Our sack balances are correct again. Maxi at premium. Can this day get any better? Yeah, it can. It's amazing. And of course, it will. It's going to get better, Bzaji. I can feel it. Feel it in my boots. Don't you want to go home, Paul? Yeah. The Pulse player says, can I explain the penalties to me a bit? Do we get extra Hex or something? Penalties, yeah, 50% of the penalties for people that typically early in stake go to the 50% go to the origin wallet, 50% go to the stakers. You get that above the inflation rate. Nice. North Face, we're pumping, absolutely. Craig Hex says 20 cents. Finally, I can sell my Hex. Said no one ever with any brains. That's hilarious. Woohoo! Crypto Gambles in the house. We've got lots of parties going on. Man, this channel is the party channel at the moment. We are partying up hard here. 5.555 million stake for 5555 30 hours ago. Yeah, it was fantastic, Bzaji. That was really cool. I did not expect to see that. That is so cool. Man, that is one cool thing. Looks like a relatively new wallet too, so I wonder where that's from. That's interesting. Hex above historically price reactive trend lines, higher highs, higher lows in the short term. Price action is looking very constructive. I could see this impulse to 21-22 cents until next pit stop, says Million. Yeah, me agree with that one. King of Kings, that 5 stake. Yeah, absolutely pretty awesome. Wow, what a stake. Yeah, that's so true. May the 4th be with you, it says Sandy Beach. Yes, may the 4th be with you. And in a secure new wallet, says Murky. Yep. I know, I'm corny. That's all right, Sandy. We appreciate the humor. That 5 stake collects 4,612 Hex every day at 6 Hex per t-shirt. Wow, that's amazing. Good evening, Suitman. Just jumping in. Glad to catch you live. Hey, Christos, good to see you. Great that you can make it. And Sandy Beach in the house with the Ducks. Damn, Briz, that's insane, that payout. Yeah, pretty awesome. Mickey says, did you see the balance checker fix the balances? Yep, we talked about that a couple times now, Mickey. That's great news. Sandy says, my balances for PLSX actually went up a little bit. I actually didn't check my balances against yesterday's one. I haven't checked it against today's one, so I'll have to do that later. Woke up feeling bullish today, says RDM. Well, you woke up on the right day because the chart's agreeing with you. And J-Man's house. Woo, 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 woo. What else would go? Hex. It's worth about $900 a day at 20 cents. This guy's going to collect $900 a day in the next 15 years. How awesome is that? It's pretty mad, awesome. What else we got? Hex 30 says plus the double on the Pulsechain side, plus the appreciation, plus the inflation. Yeah, that's true. What else we got going? Mick says 2,000 a day keeps the doctor at bay, especially if you're on the crypto fitness challenge. That's true. Jim Rat Crypto's doing that. I think someone said he had 250 people joined that so far, at least. Hardy in the house, get the ducks pushing the 20. Yep. Actually, what have I got the ducks on? I got the ducks on ducks on 16 at the moment. Ducks are on 16. Should I put the ducks on 20? That'd be louder though. What else we got going? Hexillion, should I be buying Aave ahead of the fork to fiat? Once again, it's up to you, Hexillionaire. There are going to be some good projects to try and get hold of. Is Aave going to come over to Pulsechain? Are we going to have something like that? I don't know. All right, let's have a look at the prices. We've got Hex at 19.98. We've got Maxi at 23.16, pushing higher. Oh, Maxi, is it going to end? Is it going to? I reckon 40%'s in my mind. 40% premium at the moment, but I think that's kind of the top. And then I see it coming back down. But let's see. At the moment, it's 50, just over 15%, isn't it? So I think it might be 16% at the moment. A premium over the Hex price. Hedron at the moment, 1203. That's like an 83.5% pullback. So maybe a good. Typically, after such a big pullback, you could get a 83%, like a DCA area. The low was 553, so it's still up 116% on the 553. Pulse Dodge Coin, remember Pulse Dodge Coin is at $3.18, and of course Pulse Dodge, the original, with the old Richard Hart doggy pictures, and of course they're going to have NFT minting 5 a day or something with auctions on Pulsechain. That's at 1 cent at the moment, so there you can sort of see a big view there, 1 cent. So that's where that is. P33. This is the free Pulse meme coin. It is at 60 cents. Has come back, and if you take it, depending on where you take it, I like to take it from here, but if you take it from the very spike where we went down 89%, and of course now sitting at 56% pullback. But of course, if you want to take it from probably this area where there's two opens and closes and opens, or finishes, then we're down. Went down 84. We're currently down 66%. So that's where it is, looking better day to day for sure. I think that's it. What time is it? It's just coming up on the close of day. We've got 2 minutes to go until the day finishes for day 884, and then we're up to day 885. So day 885, that would put us 190 days away from 3 years of Hex. Did you hear that? 190 days away from 3 years from Hex, starting up on day 885. Isn't that crazy? So 1,075 days is 3 years. So obviously that would be, coming up the 1st of December. 1st of December coming up. So woohoo! Bring it on, man. 3 years of maturity. My boy's about to leave home. He's graduated. It's like a bit like that. So super, super good. It's about to close pretty shortly, and we will see what the results are finalized for that. Hex at the moment, of course, are looking good. Let's jump to the daily on Hex. Hopefully this doesn't screw. Yeah, it does play around with my chart. We're looking pretty good. Our green pumpamental line is looking pretty good at the moment. It's a pretty good close market fit. And of course, we're looking at our next target, 20 cents to 22 cents there. And of course, this is in alignment with our previous resistance that we had before we plummeted down. And there we are. Look, that's where we're at this stage. So cool. It's been the sacrifice balance is closed on the 6th of April, this purple line. The Hex doubling in 6 months closed on the 19th of March on my numbers. And of course, the 25th of February was the close of Pulse X Sacrifice. So we're quite a few days from that now. We're currently 69 days since the close of the official Pulse X Sacrifice. So pretty cool. And we're currently 29 days since the official close of both Mercy Sacrifice periods for Pulse X and Pulse on the 6th of April. So 29 days a month ago. And of course the doubling. We are 47 days beyond that, so that broke that trend down. So yep, cool. But we have got a nice price now. We broke out of that descending triangle there, and that's looking pretty good. So feeling good. Time is good. Markets are looking healthy, and the ideal Pulsechain is coming. Pulsechain is coming. We are getting excited. Dave says, I have 20/20 vision on the rocket ride. You do. Actually, let's move back to the 15-cent mark here. Actually, we'll leave it on the daily here for just a little bit. Have a different perspective. Let's leave it on there just for a little while. All great great projects are great. Yeah, that's right. So here's your Maxi strategy. Lies beneath Hazard, of course. Hex, E-Hex, P-Hex, or Hex on Pulse, Pulse, and Pulse X. Ask yourself, with all these other projects, some of them are really good. They have good merits to them, but who's going to outperform the main chain? Who's going to outperform the main chain? And Pulsex. The Pulsex could be the first super dex. It's got the magical buy and burn. It looks incredible. Everything traded on it's going to help support Pulsex price and burn. It is an unbelievable yield farming, biggest yield farming, all that sort of stuff. It's going to be incredible. Airdrops matched up with bridge pairings when the bridge opens up. It's going to be insane. Now, so this is really exciting. We're going to have the first super dex, and of course, that means what I mean by that is it rivals the value of the chain in time. I think straight off the bat, Pulse is going to be the main game for a number of points of view. If you watch the live stream later on today, I will lay out all those arguments in that live stream. So it's going to be pretty cool. The other thing, of course, is I'm just going to hold off on all this comment. I want to make each comments now, but we're going to leave that off until this afternoon. So we'll talk about Pulsechain in the afternoon. And we're going to really thrash out some of the arguments there around that. So cool. I'm actually thinking about doing a big price chart on Excel. So I might be doing that. I might have to miss a live stream to do that, though, because it takes a bit of time to put those things together. All right, cool. We got 20 cents. Woohoo! 20 cents in there. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at that. Looking really good. And finally, we've got our green pumpamental line looking nice. How will it hold this? That'd be amazing if it held this. I mean, that'd be like Nostradamus, right? It'd be Nostradamus if it holds this. But so far, so good. But we've still got a long way to go, right? Still got a long way to go. So time is our enemy, but the pump is our friend. The time is our enemy, but the pump is our friend to hold on to this green line, pumpamental line here, all the way to the 15th, right? So if we screen that down, all the way to the 15th. Let me get rid of this comment there. All the way to the 15th there as the first blue line, and the 16th is the blue line, first one, and the 23rd of May is the week delay. Where do we get that from? Of course, Richard Hart. So let's hear from Richard Hart talking about the timing at the moment. This is the latest video on his timing for Pulsechain launch.
Since we're targeting mid-May, he would have been launching Pulsechain on his birthday.
Oh yeah.
So
well,
we like May 14th, and we'll
we're close. It's basically like the final step is like staging to where you practice the things that need to happen for mainnet, and then see if you can get anything to screw up, and do that over and over again until it's going to be fine for mainnet. So we're not in staging yet, but we're getting close. Like Sac Totals it's looking really good. The AMM bot now works against basically all the Uniswaps, which is nice. What else? Is that it? Yeah, so like it's DevOps, which is making the launch stuff work right. And then AMM's pretty much done. Well, I got to analyze what AMM did. So we still have to see what the outcome of the logic has done and make sure that it makes sense. So now, I mean, mid-May, we're targeting it.
I'm
50-50 mid-May, 75% a week later, maybe. I don't know. I think we could do it. It's really They're unknown unknowns, so we're close. We're running out of stuff to do. We're really running out.
So there we are. That first blue line is 50-50 mid-May. That second blue line is 75% a week later. So that's the timelines then. Are we going to get a nice pumpamental like this green pumpamental? Hit these targets, smash through. Obviously, this is what, you know, the pump is the green candles. Time is our enemy, but the pump is our friend to keeping this line here intact. So pretty cool. Let's jump back to the 15-minute chart. Boom. And let's keep watching this here hit the first target. And we're going to scroll that up to 20 cents. That's kind of our zone there. I think that's probably fine as it is. Cool. We're at 19.9 cents at the moment. Let's have a look at. We've got some stuff here. Hardy at 20 cents. Woo, woo. Let's all do it. Absolute moon rocket. A lot of the checking app is getting some people insane, that's for sure. But I think they're going to feel better today with the latest sacrifice balance. The next version is up. Looks like it's corrected a lot of those issues that people had. So that's positive. What else? Mercury says a new higher high is always great news. Absolutely. Feeling so, says DB Cooper. Me too. Whales are coming, says J-Man. They are coming. We have the 20 cents. Woo! Party on. Yep. And Sandy Eviction there too with the party. What else we got going there? RDM says, I'd love to see Hedron Moon. Just can't see it happening with the OA sell war in place, says RDM. Good observation. Where can you buy Maxi? You can buy. Oh, yeah, look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo. 20 cents again. Party's on, party's on. That's what we're doing. Party's on, 20 cents. That's where we go. All right, enough craziness. So there's Maxi there. If you want to buy Maxi, you can use Uniswap on the track. Just click that. You can connect to Uniswap there. That's the way you can do it. So there's on deck screen. I'll post that link in the video description. Brazil says paste the connect contract from Nomics into the coin part on ethhex.com. What else we got? Nostradamus now. Am I already up to the comments there? I thought I was way behind. Nostradamus, yeah. Thanks for wanting to know that. And Richard is probably doing the math on the center token, says Murky. Yeah, Hex above 20 cents again. Let's go. Yeah, absolutely. So Hedron, Maxi is at 23.16 cents. Hex is, it just went below again, 9.9. So it's battling its way over 20 cents at the stage on the 15-minute chart. That's how we roll here on this channel. Hey, don't forget to smash the likes. We only got 85 likes. What's going on? Let's smash the likes. Let's take 1 second. Smash the likes. Ready? Boop. Smash the likes. It's free to do. Boop. Help with the algorithms. Boop. And then boop. Help with get Pulsechain and Pulsex out into the world on the YouTube. Smash those likes, folks. We only got 85 likes. Definitely smash. If you're new to the channel, of course, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell for future videos. 2 live streams a day we're doing on this channel. Pulsechain, Pulsex, and Hex. Spreading the word. And we also cover most of the other projects coming on Pulsechain. We cover most of them. Definitely get that. And as Craig says, smash the like button there as well. Hey, we got 10 likes like that. So awesome stuff. Thank you so much. We're 5 away from 100. I know we can get there. Definitely smash it if you haven't done that. Peace and prosperity. The Church of Universal Oneness is in the house. Hey, thanks for that. That's very nice words. We will move forward. All right, so cool. Let's have a look at these numbers. Very cool. Let's jump over to analytics. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Trying to head up to 5,000 subscribers. 5,000 subscribers. We will have a party at 5,555. There will be a party on the channel, and it will be something special as well on the channel that day. On the 555 channel, there's going to be something very special. Yeah, stay tuned. That's still a while away, though. We're at 5,221 subscribers. We're at 4,221 subscribers away. When we meant to get to 5,555, we will be having a party and something special on that day to be announced. I already know what it is, but we'll announce it at that time. All right, cool. Let's jump over to there. We're moving up. And Miles of Crypto says, Dear Hex, please come back down to 18 so I can buy more, please. Lift off to all-time highs. Lol, says Miles of Crypto. Yeah, well, I'm going to rephrase your comment there, Miles. Dear Hex, please come back down to 1 cent. I want to buy a lot and then go back up to 20 cents. That'd be pretty cool. Brazilji says Hex dance party. That's right, Brazilji. That's the way we roll. Yeah, well, I haven't put the music up, but if we hit 20 cents again, I'll put the music up for 30 seconds. We can dance party to that. All right, very cool. Let us jump over to the Hex Daily Stats. It ticked over. 10 minutes ago. I don't know if we've got the latest day though. 884. No, it's still not up. We're now on day 885. Very, very cool. 190 days left until we get to 3 years of Hex. So if Hex is just growing all the time, we're going to look at that when the results come in. Pulsechain, of course, looking pretty good. David Feather is the top #1 validator. And of course, there's 433 shown. That's not going to be the case when mainnet goes live. But we will probably have, we need 33 validators that will ramp up over time. And of course, we'll get up to those ideal block speeds of 3 seconds, 3 seconds per block. So at the moment, we've got 3 seconds on testnet. That will get ramped up. You know, it was just like the testnet started, it was lower block seconds. And then it took a while to get up to 3 seconds. So that's going to be cool. We've currently got 64% on the blocks indexed. So I guess we're going to have to go through that again with that as well, but that should be fine. Now, when Pulsechain launches, it's going to be the biggest airdrop in crypto history. And of course, what you want to do is you're going to need to add the block explorer, sorry, the network to your wallet. You'll probably be on Ethereum. If you're on Ethereum and you've got all your assets, you're going to go, hey, where's my airdrop? And of course, you will be able to use a site like PRC20s. I've got that here somewhere. PRC. Oh, no, I missed it. I just missed it. Can you believe it? I missed it. All right, let's scroll down again. We'll try it one more time. Where's PRC20s? I had it and then I missed it by 1 mark. There it is. So PRC20s. So this is also a site by Free Pulse. So they've got 3 sites running up at the moment. So this one here, you just have to paste your address in it. Pretty easy, and you can see the airdrop. At the moment, it's just linked to testnet, so everything is fictional. But when presumably when PulseX goes live, this will have real values in it, and it'll be a great way of onboarding people if they've got Ethereum and they can come over and participate. But I wouldn't just talk to them about the airdrop. I'd also encourage them about how all the cool things on the ecosystem are. Basically, it's like Ethereum, but better, cheaper, and faster, so that they keep their value over there. We don't want to just say, hey, come on over and get your stuff and dump it and go back to expensive Ethereum. That's not educating people. It's like, come over to Pulsechain is exactly like Ethereum, but we've got better. It's almost exactly like Ethereum, but we've got super cheap, super fast gas fees. And of course, you'll never want to leave. Something like that. That's probably a better way of educating, and then educate them about everything else that's on there. So all the new innovative projects that are going on Pulsechain, right? We've seen many of those with the Sacrifice. But you'll have all your tokens on there. It should be pretty cool. Obviously, this is fictional value. This is just play money. So, you know, not every wallet's going to airdrop $2 million. So just remember that. Cool. So looking good. And all you have to do when the chain goes live to see airdrop, obviously you'll see you can use something like that. And then, of course, you just swap over. You'll have to add the Pulsechain network to your wallet. And, of course, you can do that by going to settings. You can do it manually. We're going to settings and then putting in all the details. Of course, you can find all those details on pulsechain.com. So pulsechain.com has all the settings there, and you can see that those settings are all copied over into the wallet there. That's how I can just jump over from Ethereum over to Pulsechain. Now, this is really for people that are new to crypto, not really for you pros out there that already know how to do all this stuff. This is Smart Chain, is the BNB chain or the BSC chain. That's that one there. Of course, Polygon Matic. This is the second layer of Ethereum. So this is stuff on Ethereum. Now, and then of course there's test nets here as well. The Ring-P test network is what you want to use for the bridge. If you're going to play around with the Pulsechain bridge, and of course you just can hit that on this link here. I'll post this link here in the chat if you want to hit it. But all the links are in the video description. Pretty much that's the way it goes. And of course, you can reach a lot of the different dApps that are on Pulsechain testnet. You got the PulseX exchange, you got Pulsechain staking with the validators, and this is a very important role, right? This is we have 33 validators that are confirming the blocks and the transactions. It's going to start off with probably only 3 or 4 validators and ramp up, and then of course, as that does that, the chain will get better performance and we'll get towards the 3-second block performance. But of course, that may take a couple of days to ramp up, maybe a week or something like that. So it's going to be interesting. Obviously, with a lot of volume on the chain, that could slow things down with the transactions. So we're just going to be pragmatic about that. Just let people know, hey, the validators are just ramping up, stuff like that. But at the moment, David Fetter's on top, #1 there. And congratulations to him. So power to head there. Out of Pulse is up there. A Mile Bay Baby. I don't know who that is. Hodder Dog, of course, we know who he is, doing well. And then Pulsechain will change lives. I like that. That's pretty cool. We've got a couple of people in there at the moment. Obviously, this testnet, we'll see who actually is able to donate when it goes live, but that's very, very cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I do hope that on a Pulsechain, the Block Explorer, that they add a prompt to the site so that people can just hit it and or add the chain to them. And of course, on Pulsex would have that on Pulsex would be really cool too. That'd be cool. And like I say, you can on the oh wait a minute, I'm jumping around here. Sorry about that. So we've got the Pulsex exchange. We've got the Pulse validators. In other words, it's a proof of stake system. We've got the Pulse bridge. And of course, the Pulse bridge is where you can transfer from Ethereum over to Pulsechain, Pulsechain over to Ethereum. And of course, if you're going to bring in ERC20s over, then this is what you want to do. Use this or 721, stuff like that. I guess they'll be able to have that. But ERC20s, you'll be able to bridge them over, just changing around. So Rigby is the Ethereum test network. That's what we're playing around with. To access that, of course, you need to, you've got to see I've got it here already. But to access all these test networks here, all these test networks, so we've got Robstein, that's typically used most of the time, but Rinkby seems to be used for this one. I guess there's a good reason for that, maybe less activity on it. And of course, to access those, you just have to go to settings. So hit the circle there, hit the settings, and then go to advanced, and then scroll down and go show test networks, and select this to show test networks, turn that on. And of course, you can exit out of that, and you should be able to see all the test networks showing up there. So that's kind of the way of getting networks. And then you can get access to your airdrop, of course, having Pulsechain on there. When it goes live at the moment, we're just on testnet. It's the third testnet. But when mainnet goes live, boom, yak, chaka, chaka, laka, boom, boom. It's going to be the talk of the town for a long time to come. It's really going to perform very well. So very cool. Let's get back to Hex. Oh, we hit 20 cents and then it got sold down to 90.6 cents. Who did that? We did turn over the day. So when we turn over the day, if we've got anyone coming out with stakes and they were intending to sell them at the end of the day, they could end up selling some. So just remember that happens a lot at the end of the UTC day, which we only just finished. Sometimes people do have stakes coming out and they decide, I'm going to sell my stake when it comes out. I'm doing it. I'm just going to sell. I'm not getting my copy on Pulsechain. I ain't going to get no copy on my Pulsechain, okay? So it's not going to happen anyway. So I don't know what that was. That like a mixed gangster southern accent? I don't know. But that's how we roll. We watch too many movies, man. Watch too many movies. All right, so here's our day. Day 884 is coming. And of course, the 4th of May, we're just under 20 cents there, 19.936. How cruel is that? We thought we might get a 20-cent snapshot. Just shy. 10.8 cents there. 8%. And we got another awesome payout, 6%, 6 hex per T-share. Another great day in the office. Yesterday was spectacular, 6.44. We got the T-share rate up 6.5, 21,706.9 hex per T-share for a day stake. And of course, if you stake longer, pays better, you get 200% bonus. So all you have to do is divide that 21,706.9. You divide that by 3. That will give you, if you did a 10-year stake, I don't know what happened with my math there. 706.9. You divide that by 3. That will give you the amount of hex you need for a 10-year stake. So 7,235 hex is what you need. And of course, if we multiply that by 0.2 cents, 20 cents, that will be $1,447 for a 10-year stake to get one T-share. That's not bad. 1,447. So the only way of obviously a T-share at the moment for short-term stakes, 4,327. But if you want to get a 10-year stake, then $1,447. You can do it for that. You just got to delay that gratification for 10 years. But remember, for those 10 years, 3,641 days, you'll be earning hex every day, 6 hex a day per T-share. But that hex per day is going to go up over time because the amount of T-shares is expected to decline, and that means the reward pool will be distributed to less T-shares. That means the T-share rate will go up. So it'll go up from 6 and it'll keep climbing up and up. Some projections have it going up 50, 60 hex per T-share out in the future. And of course, there's going to be a lot less T-share holders. So very, very cool. Now, we used to have over 11 million T-shares. We used to have over 11 million. And of course, I'm not sure if I can show that on that here. But I don't know how far back I have to go to that. But we used to have over 11. Now we've got 10.6 million. So you can see what I mean. T-shares do decline over time. Obviously, this is all going to get copied over to Pulsechain. So we have two systems. But once again, the stakers that are holding that are committed stakers on this chain, on Ethereum, most of them will be committed on the Pulsechain one. We should have two working chains. Both of them are going to do well, Ethereum and Pulsechain. Obviously, we expect Pulsechain to absolutely kill it out there. But of course, we also have both of those products should operate pretty well. Both of them going to earn passive income. Both of them going to have APYs. And of course, with both chains still being valuable, they should both work pretty well on both chains, kind of what we expect over time. That said, of course, we're expecting some volatility. That's inevitable. We've got a lot of price discovery to happen, right? And no one really knows exactly how that's going to play out. We have some mathematical models that give us a good idea of what maybe the theoretical price should be. But of course, reality with human behavior, we're going to find out. Human behavior is going to decide what that supply and demand is going to be. We don't know all the players on the field. We have idea of some players. We don't know what all the players are going to do, and so on. So it's going to be fascinating to see how that works out. And it's part of the fun, right? Part of the price discovery, part of the fun, part of the gold rush Pulsechain's offering. So super excited, man. Super bullish. All right, let's get into some of the comments as well. We're currently at 9.6 cents on Hex, and Maxi is at 22.81. So a little pullback on Maxi too. And let's jump back to Hex there. Candles lit, take it too, says Thomas. Craig says, dear Hex, please tip to, yeah. That's even better than my scenario of 1 cent there, Craig. Just on payday next week before you go to $1. Yeah, that's so true, man. Well said, well played. So Craig's talking about the log chart too. We've got a log chart, Hex log chart, because that's a good one, Craig. So Hex log, price log, and we've got the whole price history here of Hex right from the beginning. And we've got the price there, quadruple 0456 there, all the way back on the 5th of January, the all-time low. All-time high here, depending on the chart you're looking at, but here it's the 8th or 9th or 10th here. I don't know if I've got the right day written in there, actually. I've got the 10th. Yeah, 10th. What's that? 52. Yeah, the 10th here on this chart. And of course, pulling back. We're trying to get back into the long run FOMO here. So waiting for that for $1. So I already had you in on that, Craig. We are thinking alike here. We're thinking alike. Hey, look at Hexologist here. Got an advert on here live now. Is he really live on radio? I don't know if he's live there. Let's click that ad and see. Is he live? Okay. I don't know if he's live there, but that's pretty funny. Hexologist, man, killing it on the advertising. All right, cool. So there, 90.72. We're working it. Sandy Beach says, I hope there's Coke locked. Yeah. Actually, I didn't finish going through the daily Hex stats. Let me just scroll through some of those. I just want to talk about a few other things there. We have hit a all-time high. We continue to hit all-time highs, Hex staking, 6 years and 6.52 years now, average stake length. So commit that to memory, 6.52 average years for the average Hex stake. Amazing. And the APY there, look at that, 38.24%. Yesterday was 40.74. Don't you love it? And of course, it's going to be copied over to the Pulsechain. It's going to be fascinating. Two passive incomes. I suspect that both chains will do pretty well. Paired liquidity should help stabilize the prices. It's going to be pretty fun. Now, we ended up with just under 115 million Hex in the pool for the day. $29 million of USDC in the pool. So that's looking good. T-shares, like I say, 10.6 million. And what else we got going in there? Change of circulating supply up 241 million. That's a lot. But we got a decrease in stake supply of 228 million there with the Hex stakes coming out. What else? Good counting there. 191. The stake percentage of coins, 9.56% of all Hexes staked. So obviously that's really cool. That gives us that nice high APY, and which is pretty close to 6 Hex a day now. And of course the penalties on the low side today, but yesterday was terrific. 9.6 million yesterday. Man. And of course here we are, total holders up 597. Pretty good on the total holders up there. Hex stakes up 68, 92 and 200. Still very modest on the staking, but with Pulsechain coming, I imagine there's quite a few people with liquid in their bags, just waiting for some of that, they get copied over, do ratio trading, things like that. Total stakers up 133, and finally current holders up 553. Woohoo! I love there's so many numbers lately. Look at these numbers are really lifted up here from 100 to 200 up to 500, 400, 500 here for the current holders. So we're up to 295,882. Can we hit 300,000 in the next, say, 10, 15 days. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty neat. So that would be 5,000. Yeah, that would be maybe 8-9 days, maybe 8-9 days at that rate. So cool. Looking good there. So that is the results there. And have we got any cool stuff at the moment? Yeah, a few penalties already. We just started the day. Looking good. All right, let's get back to Hex Price there. How am I doing for time? 12:25. Really? Am I really? 1 hour and 40? Man, I'm killing it today. And I'm miles behind on the chats there. Great job, Hex Token says North Face. I appreciate that. And RDM says my average stake length is like 12.2 years. Hoping Pulsechain and Pulsechain can tide me over until I get there. Yeah, that's true, RDM. That's true, man. But isn't that awesome? Part of the opportunity is that you got, not only do you have your beautiful Hex stake set up, but now you got Pulse and Chain and Pulsex to cover that short period, or to just add to your load. So you got, it's like, you know, your staking ladder. So you got optionality now, and yeah, that's not wonderful. Well done, man. Yeah, I think you're pretty well placed. Steve Wright says your information demeanor keep my Pulsechain spirit alive. Steve Wright, Santa Bravo. Hey, Steve Wright, appreciate that. Big shout out to you. And woo. And Cal's in the house. Only 75 million Hex and Uniswap pools. Well, it actually says 116 million there, Cal. So still pretty good though. Power City is live on Discord Syndicate now. Fantastic. I'm probably going to wrap up. We're up to an hour and 40. Hey, what we suggest to do is let's have a look at Hex Streamers. Hex Streamers, and we're going to check that out. Boom. And don't forget, I'm going to be on live again later on today. What'd you say, Discord Syndicate? So go and do a raid on Discord Syndicate, folks. Just say that Hex Token sent you, and here is the link in the video description there. Go do a raid, say Hex Token sent you, woohoo! And for sure, it's going to be cool. We've got a few people on there, and of course, let's wrap this up. Don't forget to smash the likes on the way out. Hit the subscribe button as well. We had 100 likes, so awesome. Smash those likes, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in today's afternoon's live stream, all on Pulsechain. We're going to have some cool pumpamentals on Pulsechain. And so check out on for that. Nice one. He's from Power City. Very, very cool. Pulse LN sounds interesting. They will bridge Bitcoin over to Pulsechain. I think so too, Bill. I think it's positive. Just another positive inflow into Pulsechain. It's going to be pretty cool. Woohoo. Craig Welling. Absolutely. All right. So take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. And let me just sign off here. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Thanks for watching. And, man. All right. Take care. Enjoy. A raid. All right, we've got to rockets out these emojis. Bam, 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 bam. All right, cool. All right, take care, everybody. Bye for now. See ya.